Red light camera reported ahead. Might as well smile for the camera.
Thank you. Everyone, and welcome in. I am the Coffee Bean. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. What we're going to do today is we are visiting Coker Cemetery. I'm going to be doing a new series in cemeteries because if you know me, you know I love old cemeteries and historic ones, and this one's one of my favorites. I will openly admit I have come here to think before, to just sit in my car on a weekend morning and drink coffee and just enjoy the history and the quietness around me. So hi, I'm quirky, but that's who I am. So as I mentioned in other videos that I've posted, I'm not going to hide who I am or what interests me, and my people that are interested in what I post will follow me, and it's going to be okay. So we're going to take a look around. I'm going to hop out of my car because it's mid-September. It's September 9th, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon here in San Antonio, and it's like 100 degrees outside. I always do a happy dance when September comes around because it's going to start to get cooler, but Texas only has like 2 days of fall, so it still feels like it's June. Anyways, let's hop out and I will give you guys a tour. The next time I film, I will be using my gimbal to make it more steady, but this was totally impromptu. In fact, I just got off work not too long ago. So let's just take a look around. We're on the back side of Coker Cemetery. So we're gonna walk around, and there's a bunch of really old trees. You know, these trees have seen some things. Likely that one's September 3rd and September 10th, so we are a day away from them passing. So the Coker family is very predominant and it's historical in San Antonio, so that's why it's obviously called the Coker Cemetery, and you will see Cokers buried here. You actually have to prove that you're part of certain families in San Antonio to be buried here. I just want to pay my respects because I actually was visiting the cemetery when she was having her funeral, so may she rest in peace. We got some older ones back here, 1874 to 1956. There's Coker Methodist Church behind us. Again, here's my trees. Nice breeze out. These trees give a great cover. And we'll go look at the historical markers in a second. There are some graves with them. We do have an unknown grave. This one's always fascinated me. And again, they passed, it looks like on September 9th. So today, that's interesting. This is also in here, an unknown grave. There could be others in there because this is quite large. I can't really read what this says, but it looks like Cincinnati. So it must have been maybe created there. Really sad to see this coming up here. We'll go over there in a little bit, but that has not been kept up. I've not seen the cemetery this unkempt before. And if I owned a lawnmower and equipment, I would totally come out here and fix it. This is Jefferson Davis Smith from 1862 to 1940. He was the son of Henry M. and Fanny Short Smith, and he was born in Kendall County. Jeff, age 9, and his brother Clint, age 11, were kidnapped by Lipan and Comanche Indians while herding sheep near their home in 1871. Jeff was reportedly bought by Apache chief Geronimo and made to join his tribe. Mexican bandits captured him to return him to his family for a $1,000 reward about 1878. He married Julia Harriet Reed in 1894 and moved to San Antonio. And this was placed here in 1993. Seeing a lot of significant dates. One of those is my birthday, not the same year. I have people like looking at me, which is fine. You also see Maltzberger. You'll notice that if you live in San Antonio that Jones Maltzberger Road, as I talked about dual roads in the Perrin house. So they were a Supreme Forest woodman. See through here. I can't really see through that. I would move it, but there's different bugs in there, and I don't know what's in there. This one from 1916. Now, guys, this is one of my favorite trees that I've ever seen over here. And I say this tree has seen some things because look how big it is. Again, watch where you walk. It does, you know. But here's the tree. I mean, look how vast this is. I mean, this is huge. It just feels good. The breeze feels good. And I'm gonna get closer to the tree so you guys can see how big it is, the one I'm talking about. I think just based on my hand here. I mean, it's large. That one's kept up well. You can see that Gothic type fencing in here. And coming over here, this is another one that's historical. I mean, they're all historical, but you guys know what I mean. With this very old gate. And it looks like her name was Franny or Fran, and she died in, from what I can see, March of 1883 at 52 years. And I'm not gonna mess with it, but that is the last name that is on here. So the road that you see over here and here is Wurzbach Parkway. Coker Cemetery was established in 1857 out of a land grant from the Republic of Texas to John Jack Coker for his service at the Battle of San Jacinto. The following inscription is written on a monument built in 1918, located in what is now Pasadena, Texas, near the site of the Battle of San Jacinto. 1918. Site: Vince's Bridge destroyed by military permission, April 21st, 1836, by Duff Smith, John Coker, Dinmore Reeves, John Garner, John Rainwater, Moses Lapham, Y.P. Ellsbury. This heroic died is believed to have ensured the capture of Santa Ana. Land for this cemetery was donated by John's brother, Joseph Coker. Coker Cemetery is operated by Coker Cemetery Association, which is a nonprofit corporation chartered by the law of the state of Texas. September 15th, 1967. A board of trustees governs and operates the cemetery under this charter. If you want further information, that's going to be listed below. There's another historical marker I want to show you guys, so we'll probably walk back over to it. So we have a Maltzberger. Again, if you're from San Antonio, these names will be familiar. And then over there we have Jones. So again, like I said earlier, we have a road called Jones Maltzberger. Over in here. If you've watched my Perrin Homestead video, I'll link it below. I did go down Swan Street, I think it was Drive, Swan Road. So we also have some swans here. Spirit of James Newton Hampton, 1835 to 1890, and Melinda Winifred Coker Hampton, 1840 to 1929. Melinda came with her parents, Joseph and Melinda Brown Coker, from Alabama to Cherokee County, Texas in 1846. James Newton joined the Coker family in traveling to the Coker community in San Antonio, Texas in 1853. It was on land given to Joseph and his family by his brother John Coker that Melinda and James raised their 8 children. Their graves are lost, but they will forever be remembered. Hampton Coker Descendants 2015. And that's really sad that we don't know where their graves are. I mean, I know there's unknown graves on the property, but I think that's just really sad. We also have a veteran here. Part of the Hampton family, and he served in the Navy in Korea. And this is a recent burial for Catherine Hampton. It was January of 2021. So this is all this right here is the Hampton family from the marker I just read. Do I dare? That is, I hope, empty, but that's what they put the caskets in before they bury them, if you choose to do so. See, and there's another unknown grave. So imagine like how many others are out here. We've seen 3 that are marked, but what about those that are not marked? That makes me so sad. And here's another one. They found. And I would deduce, since they're around these really old ones, that it was someone maybe a part of this family, or maybe someone passing through. You just never know. We are going to go to another historical marker. Again, if you walk here, be very, very careful where you walk. Also, there are tree stumps that are just kind of hidden. So, Melinda Brown Coker. Melinda Brown Coker, wife of Joseph Coker, was born in 1811. She died May 24th, 1853, and is buried in City Cemetery, Jacksonville, Texas. I know Jacksonville very well. Melinda died en route to this land as she, her husband Joseph, and family were traveling from Alabama to occupy this land granted by the Republic of Texas to Joseph, bachelor brother of John Coker. And this was erected to her memory in 1990. Do you see how hot I am, guys? My air is on full blast. We're gonna go supermodel mode. Like I said, it's like 100 degrees outside and we just walked around that whole cemetery. And wow, woo! It is hot. I hope that you learned some stuff and that you enjoyed it. And as they would say on Ghost Hunters, even though that's not what I'm doing, on to the next.